Sul, vi now Frederge the Sims. When last we left off, Samuel cast a magic spell, and in a flash of magic, Danielle was no longer a cat. She was transformed into a human, an irreversible spell. She's now just the same as Samuel, the same hopes and dreams, goals and aspirations as any human, and the same needs, which meant that we had to build a room for her to sleep in. She has one goal that she clings to dearly, however, one that is very different to Samuel's goals of having a really good job as a software CEO. For you see, Danielle wants to become a star. She wants to mingle with the rich and famous, be rich and famous, and have everybody talking about everything she does. And that means going to Studio Town and working on a career as a celebrity. Very different to the television career path that you can get by reading the newspaper. It's far more hands-on, involving you going to Studio Town on a regular basis and doing activities that earn you money, and also mingling with celebrities to gain star power friends that will then let you further progress, as well as the normal having skills and doing things. She went to Studio Town after finding an agent to search for fame and fortune, and found neither of those things, as she's woefully ill-prepared for being a celebrity. She did find a karaoke machine, but her creativity is nowhere near good enough to even get started as a celebrity. She needs to practice on the piano a fair bit more before she can get started. But once she does, the slow and arduous climb to celebritydom will begin, with all of its difficulties and trials. Samuel is going to focus on the time being on earning more money and interacting with Melisande, making sure that his family friendships with Dave and Yvette remain strong. Who knows? Maybe he might get a second cat to replace Danielle. Who can say? I certainly can't. His future is a mystery, just like Danielle's is. Meanwhile, on the other side of the road, Jim is now a child, which meant that Dave and Yvette had to spend a lot of money building a room for Jim to sleep in. We could have had it on the same floor, which would have saved us nearly 1,000 simoleons, but why not have a second floor, eh? I mean, it fits perfectly with... okay, it doesn't fit perfectly at all, and there aren't anywhere near enough windows, but we can work on that in time. So let us now focus on this family, at 20 to 7 at night. Dave and Yvette are really tired. I think they need to go to bed, especially Yvette, who has work very early tomorrow, so they're going to go to sleep, and Jim is just going to interact with Dog, because all of Jim's needs are fantastic, apart from fun and social. Jim will have no problems with having fun in this household, as he can watch television, and I imagine he's a great fan of Yeti Man already. But there is one interesting thing about children in The Sims compared to adults. They have unique interactions. For instance, Dave cannot play tag with Dog, but Jim can, and so we're going to have him play tag while his parents go and get some sleep. They'll be preparing breakfast for Jim in the morning. For now, it is time for you to stay up far later than you really should, having lots of fun and getting to know Dog. Chase him, Dog! Chase him! I have no idea where Jim went. I'm just going to run over here. This may consume more energy than other social interactions. It's also improving fun. We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. Actually 3, because we're also improving this relationship. So the relationship is getting better, and fun and social are going up. There are advantages to Sims that are children, mainly in the interactions and a few interesting things that they can do that are unique to them. Only they, for instance, can play with the toy box here. Not that it's really beneficial for Dave to do so, because he has far more efficient ways to get fun, like watching the television. To be fair, that is more efficient for Jim as well. Look at how quickly that improved fun. It's pretty much at maximum. It really hasn't improved social that much, though. We need to do some interactions that we're more familiar with for that. We need to have petting happen, and also maybe some fetch. Why not, eh? And we're going to be doing that in the middle of the road. That's a little awkward, but no cars will go by, which means there is no peril. But you really shouldn't be playing in the middle of the road. Would you like to be petted? Dog always likes to be petted. And so petting was had. Dog just likes having somebody else who'll give him attention. I am a fan of this smaller person. You are now Mini Dave, and I am stuck running on the spot for some reason. That is not good. We need, aha, there we go. You're now going to run over there. I don't know what happened there. That was a little bit concerning. Now, have you mastered how to play fetch? Have you mastered it? We're going to find out. Go get the ball. Get the ball. Okay, you've not mastered Jim playing fetch with you, have you? No, you have not. And so, Jim goes to get the ball. It's going to be a lot of work to improve this social. That is the report card right now, which is a B. That's not too bad. Also, that outgoing is ridiculous. He is definitely a lot like his father. Playful and outgoing are pretty much at maximum. In fact, there are very few differences. The only difference is that Jim is rather mean in comparison. Your social really hasn't gone up that much. You're going to need more interactions, that's for sure. And you don't want to go to bed right now because your energy is just so high. We could wait for Dog to finish eating. That's not a bad idea. And you'll go over to Dog now that he's finished eating. I do think child Sims walk a little slower compared to adult Sims, although I'm not entirely sure of that. It just seems like that's the case. We'll let this interaction happen and we'll have a look at how much this improves Jim's social. Jim can't improve any of his skills because he has no skills to improve. The only skill he really has is doing schoolwork effectively. That did improve his social quite a bit, so we're going to have a lot more of that interaction happen. Maybe 2 or 3, and then we'll have that interaction. Your mood is fantastic, so the chance of you rejecting a hug is very low. We really need that social to go up a lot more, because you need to start going to school in a fantastic mood. You might as well start on the right foot. And one more interaction here. You are awake far later than your parents. That really just shows how much work Dave and Yvette do. I think maybe 1 or 2 more interactions will be fine. Yeah, I think 1 more. We'll have another one as well. Why not? And then you can use this. Since Jim can't work on any skills, there isn't a specific focus on what Jim can achieve after school. Because he can't use this and he can't use that. He can't make spells or anything like that. He can't even cook food. All he can do is have a snack. He can watch television, certainly. He doesn't even have homework to do. As soon as he comes back from school, it's effectively time to spend however he likes. And he's going to spend it by dealing with that bladder need at the moment. You really need to start thinking about going to bed, however. Mainly because if you don't, you'll be getting up way too late. I think school starts at 9 o'clock every single day. There are no weekends for Jim. You might as well actually go and get some sleep. The sooner you get up, the sooner you can have food and get ready for your first day of learning. You're never going to stop learning, Jim. Ever. What time do we want you to get up? We want you to get up at around about 1:30. You're probably going to get up very early. Also, you're wearing dinosaur pajamas. I think children are the only Sims that wear those kind of pajamas. You're going to be getting up very soon, actually. You might as well get up right now and serve some food. Serve breakfast and use this, use that, and then turn on the television and watch some Yeti Man. Why not, eh? We need to make up that massive hole in your finances that came about because Jim became a child and you needed to build that stairway and this room. It's not going to be that expensive to get all the windows and just finish off the aesthetic upstairs. We don't need all the windows technically, but we might as well so that everything fits together. I know it's very, very early, Yvette, but your energy is fantastic, which means you probably won't complain. There we go. Time to serve some breakfast and cancel an action really quickly with Dave so that he doesn't wake up to grab some himself. He needs to get up a little bit later. And with 3 chairs, they could all eat at the same time if they need to. And I should probably move a few things around, or get rid of that, because at the moment you're going to put that over there. it's actually easier for you to have the food be placed here so that it can be grabbed here, here, and there, as opposed to there where it can only be grabbed from 2 directions. I did think about getting rid of this, but it's just too useful to have around. Are you going to put that there? Is that a good idea to put that there? You're going to get rid of that action because I don't want you to get up just yet. So you're going to, I keep making that mistake, you're going to grab a plate, and then do that, and then this. I could move that over there, but it'd be really inefficient to go there, there, and then there. It'd be really inefficient. But I could put the fridge there, and then the dishwasher here, and then the oven there. That might actually be a good idea. But then, where would this go? I'm sure we could put that somewhere. You just keep eating that food. It's actually worked out quite well, because you can put that in the middle, and then just have people sat around the edges. I didn't know that that would actually work. It's good that it does, though. Okay, you just keep eating. It's gonna be your turn to get up pretty soon, maybe at around about 4 o'clock. You might as well get up at the same time as well. This meal is certainly going to fill up your hunger bar to maximum, Jim, which is great, because you need that fantastic mood every day. And skipping school really isn't an option, unlike Dave, who can just skip every other day at work, and they're fine with it. I think it's time for you to get up now. You need to grab a plate, do this, that, and you don't even need to watch any Yeti Man. But you'll watch some Yeti Man anyway. And I may have had you wake up a little bit too late, because you probably don't have much time to watch Yeti Man. But your mood will be fine enough. Unless the room stat, or the lack thereof, reduces it so much out here that you're in a terrible mood. But I think the bladder need being sorted will help. Your carpool will indeed arrive in an hour. Mental note, we need to get you up at midnight rather than 1:30. And I think you need to get up as well, and grab a plate of food. There we go. And you need to pretty much do the same thing that Dave is doing. There we go. You've washed your hands, Yvette, but have you had a shower? Because you really need a shower. And Jim is up far sooner than Dave. I didn't know that Jim would be able to get downstairs far quicker. Maybe Jim's just full of energy, as opposed to Dave that is full of, I don't want to go to work. I'd be surprised if anybody is full of anything but I don't want to go to work at this hour. But they're going to eat, and more importantly, they're going to socialise. He's going to talk about guitars. Does Dave even like guitars? I think he does like guitars. Excellent. Their relationship is off to a flying start. We need to get that relationship to roughly 100. Unfortunately, there is no time for you to do anything like watch Yeti Man. It's time for you to go to work. The carpool will arrive momentarily, and then work will commence for both of you. Occasionally you might take a day off work just to relax and unwind. You definitely need to accumulate more ingredients, Dave, to sell. You may even want to go to... we do need to fill that up. So what you're going to do actually is you're going to fill that up first, so that Jim can use the toilet and the shower, and then watch some Yeti Man. They do get on very well. They are very alike, which is good, because if they weren't alike and they didn't get on, it would be kind of complicated. Then again, Yvette has roughly the same stats as Dave in many respects, apart from the fact that she has a lot more neat than Dave. Then again, it doesn't really take much to have a lot more neat than Dave. 1 point is infinitely more neat. Alright, so you're going to use that, and then the television, which then means that Dave you can go and clean that up, I suppose, while we wait. It will help with room, just to improve it a tiny bit, and every little bit does help. And then you can go deal with your bladder hygiene, and you don't really need to go and deal with fun at all. And you don't need to deal with social either. And so, the day begins. Actually, the day began about a couple of hours ago for Dave and Yvette, but for Jim, the day begins. It's really not going to take you that long to fill up your hygiene. And so, Dave goes to deal with that final puddle that happens to be all the way over here. There are puddles, quite literally, everywhere on this lot. Has Jim broke the shower? Jim's broke the shower, hasn't he? Maybe he hasn't. I don't know. It seemed to make that sound of it has broken, but it doesn't appear to have broken. Maybe Jim just made a lot of mess, and because the room is so small, there is no way that the mess can spread anywhere. You're going to go and use the toilet, take a shower, and then watch some Yeti Man. Are you watching Yeti Man? You are watching Yeti Man! Excellent. You are just like your father. For the most part, anyway. And the school bus will arrive in an hour. I was wrong. The school bus arrives at 8 o'clock, so we need to remember that. Your mood is fantastic. You're definitely going to get an improvement in your grades. Your first day, and already you're doing brilliantly. Okay, you want to take that shower and then watch some Yeti Man. Jim doesn't need any social interaction. He's actually done with watching the television. Are you going to turn it off? No, you are not going to turn it off. You can clean up the plates, however. You might as well do that, just to save a little bit of time for the maid. There we go. What is Dog up to? Dog is wide awake and dealing with hygiene, which is fine. And Dave is going to be dealing with fun in just a moment. I don't remember how long school is for Jim. Can you kick the flamingo? You can kick the flamingo. Why don't you go and do that, eh? There we go. Hours of endless fun. You kick that flamingo far more than Dave does. You just seem to do everything far faster than Dave. You're like a more efficient Dave. Watch out, Dave. Jim will do everything better than you. And there is the school bus, prompt at 8 o'clock. So long, Jim. Have fun at school. Dave, meanwhile, is going to watch Yeti Man and catch up on all the things that he couldn't do as much while you were a baby. Okay, he watched a lot of Yeti Man while you were a baby, but he also did other things. He did practice some cooking, for instance. He may go back to practicing that. Alright, is fun at maximum? Fun is not yet at maximum. It's pretty much at maximum now. Time to turn off the television and then go to work. And then we'll find out who arrives home first. Will it be Yvette or will it be Jim? Also, that room, pretty terrible. We really need more lights around the front entrance for when Yvette goes to work. Also, that social is rather bad as well. We're going to have to deal with that. But you have to chase Nancy away, as always. And it got fast-forwarded because everyone was away. Ah well, it happened anyway. Who is going to arrive home first? We may never know. And Dog is doing dog things, and by the time somebody's back home, I imagine Dog is going to be fast asleep. Is it going to be Yvette? The answer is Yvette is home. And I don't think Jim is going to be... Oh, Jim is also home. How are your grades? Your grades are B+. Excellent. You definitely need to work on your fun. Fun is pretty low. And you know what? Why don't you also watch some television? It can't hurt after all. Dog just really needs to go and get some sleep. And apparently relieve himself as well. Jim hears Yeti Man and runs in to watch. This will also help improve their relationship and Yvette's social. Killing 3 birds with 1 stone. There has been much multitasking with Jim around. And so, when we come back, folks, Dave will eventually arrive home, and the happy family will resume their happy lives. But what will happen to shake things up? Will Dave cast the wrong spell? Will he buy another magic lamp? All of these things could and are quite likely to happen. Right now we just need to buy a few windows, because we have only a few upstairs. And a few more can't hurt. They are rather expensive, but we can afford them. We'll have one here, and one here. We don't need one there. We can have one here, and one there. And how many windows do we have on this side? We'll have one there. Excellent! We now have as many windows as we'll need. And so when we come back, folks, we will resume the adventures of Jim and Dave and Yvette. What shenanigans will they get up to? Will they all go to Magic Town? Will they fight a dragon? Who can say? All I can say is, Dave's probably going to do something terribly wrong, as always. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Dag dag.